I'm Dr. Michelle May, the founder of Am I Hungry Mindful Eating Programs and Training. And today I want to talk about the first stage of transformation in healing your relationship with food, learning to trust your body wisdom to overcome overeating. Now, because my company's name is Am I Hungry, sometimes people will hear that and think, oh, okay, that's all I need to do. Just eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm full. Sounds pretty easy, right? Not so much. So, what I want to talk today about is how important it is to learn how to listen to and eventually trust the wisdom that your body is giving you. Here's the thing, your body is constantly giving you information for how to take care of it. We may not listen all that well, but the information is always there. So, some simple examples. You're tired, you need rest. You're thirsty, you need fluids. You're hungry, you may need fuel. And so, being able to listen to the whispers of our physical sensations can really guide us in caring for ourselves. Now, the problem is that people will turn this into a rule. Oh, if I'm not hungry, I shouldn't eat. And of course, as soon as they're thinking I shouldn't eat, then they don't even want to ask the question, am I hungry? So, asking the question, am I hungry, is not for deciding whether you're allowed to eat. It's for helping you figure out why you want to. Now, let me add on to this. It's not just noticing that you want to eat, it's also noticing that you want to keep eating. So, using your body wisdom can also help guide you in terms of how much you need to eat or when to stop. And again, this is a time when people will check out and not pay attention to the information their body's giving them. And it is kind of challenging because the symptoms of satiety are delayed. It takes for many of us 20 minutes or so until we feel full. And if you're eating fast or eating while you're distracted watching TV, you might miss those subtle symptoms. And by the time you notice you're full, it's too late. You're too full. So, what do you do when that happens? Well, we say don't miss the lesson. In other words, when you overeat, not if you overeat, because it's part of normal eating to sometimes overeat, but when you overeat, notice how you feel. Remember, your body is constantly giving you feedback. If you eat too much or maybe eat something that doesn't agree with you, your body will give you feedback. You'll feel uncomfortably full. And then next time, simply by noticing what your body was trying to tell you, next time you may be less likely to repeat that same mistake. This is a big difference between mindful eating and diet culture. Diet culture gives you a lot of rules that you're supposed to follow. Maybe you're supposed to weigh, measure, count, and log all your food. And if you blow it, then you have to make up for it later, eat less or exercise. And with mindful eating, all you did was learn something. And maybe you can use that information to make incremental, gradual improvements toward managing your eating more effectively without all the rules. So I thought it might be helpful if I invited one of my clients to talk a little bit about how learning to trust your body wisdom has made a difference for her. So Rachel, thank you so much for being here. And I wanted to ask you specifically the role of trusting your body wisdom. How were you not trusting your body wisdom, and how did mindful eating make a difference?
I was not trusting myself to know when I needed to eat, and I was not trusting myself in how much I was supposed to eat or what I was supposed to eat. I kind of had like a lot of rules brought forward, like from diet culture, telling me what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. I wasn't trusting myself to know what was enough. I wasn't trusting myself to, I just wasn't trusting myself.
This idea of asking yourself, am I hungry, or still hungry when you eat, how has that helped you?
Oh, I think first of all, that pause, am I hungry? It catches my attention. It makes me stop and think because sometimes I think I'm hungry, but when I check, I'm not really hungry. I'm actually thirsty.
Hmm.
So I think it's been able to understand the different cues of what I need. And then when I'm eating, it's very easy to slow down and to take note of, I've had enough. I'm okay. Don't mind there's food left over. It can pack up for the next meal.
Oh, you can leave food on your plate? What? Wait a minute, how does that happen?
Yeah. Right? It does happen. It doesn't always happen, but it can. I just get to a point where I actually stop noticing the taste of the food.
Hmm.
And at that point, I'm like, oh, okay, what's this about? And then I realize I'm not hungry. I really enjoyed it. Why don't I just box it up and take it to work for lunch tomorrow?
Ah, good. That's a great tip. So noticing when the
Mhm.
food stops tasting as good as it did at the beginning is a hint that
Exactly.
maybe you've had enough. Okay, so sometimes we eat more than we need or more than we intended to. And of course, in diet culture, we feel guilty and try to deprive ourselves or exercise it off. What's different now for you regarding sometimes overeating?
I definitely learned not to beat myself up over it, but to allow myself to accept it, even if I regretted to say, okay, what would I like to do different next time?
Yes, we call that don't miss the lesson. So thank you. Okay, I'll be back again with another video. We'll talk about stage 2 next time. Have a great day.